Okay, so I mean, what's the last thing you'd like to say to people who are in your particular aspect of music creation, which is producing music? What you have to say to them? Does everybody who wants to become a music producer, have to have be able to play an instrument and all of that? Is that very important, in doing that? And what would you say to parents, who, just like your own parents, saw that or see that their children actually have, this capability to produce music? I know you went to school and you told us, you said it on many different platforms that you brought out your certificate and you say, okay, now I'm done, but it's music that I want to do. People who are trying to identify what their craft should be, and the parents of these people who are choosing not to go the conventional way, becoming doctors and, but use their talents, and gifts, for the world. What would you say to these people? Okay,
so I would say that it is not easy because the country we're in does not favor a lot of things.
Okay.
But if you start, especially for what we do, there is no stopping. There is because a lot of lives are actually dependent on your success.
Yeah.
So you actually have to be successful. For us, most of the times, what they don't know we suffer as producers most times is that sometimes we even suffer producers block. Where an artist has paid for a project, but you are not getting inspiration from nowhere.
Wow.
And you have integrity to deliver at a certain time. So there are a lot of things that will suffer behind the scenes. In fact, back and forth with artists can be another, no, take this, I don't want this, no, take this one out. So it is a journey that you have to say to yourself, if I start this thing, I'm going all in because it's do or die. If you really have passion for it, because some people start and the intent now changes somewhere on the line. But for we, it's the passion. That's why you see somebody like Davido. Davido was okay before he started, but till now you still see him jumping and everything.
You know that it's not the money.
This is just passion. So that passion has to keep burning, and that's what will actually carry you throughout the whole process, in its ups, in its downs, when people are rejecting you, when people are accepting you. You are the constant thread. So if you now quit, everybody has quit. The generations will now suffer for that very decision. So we actually have to keep going because there is more to it than you might just see yourself as a regular music producer, but you are called to a generation. Actually, you are. So if you deviate, you know what's at stake.
It's a depth for me. The fact that you're always seeing things in terms of the future, but I like that. Let's talk about, we're still talking about Afrobeats, right? And how, big the sound is. One of the things that amazes me the most is the fact that we have our own artists being able to get international recognition. We have people like Burna Boy winning Grammys. We have people like Thames who just joined the industry, just not long ago, being globally recognized in this way. And then there are many more, things to be proud of when it comes to these particular stars. But one of them is the fact that we have a lot of local stars. I won't call them local because many of them are on global stages now, but collaborating with international stars. Tell me what you think this collaboration is doing for us. And then tell me also what particular collaboration you're actually looking forward to next. Like what's that collaboration that you really want to see?
Okay, so I think the collaboration first is making we be seen by the world easier. That is the first thing. That's the first thing, and I'm happy because we didn't have to now be begging or be doing back.
Thank you.
Yes,
they're coming to us. That's what it is like.
Yeah, that's what it is, and I'm proud to say this because I knew how long it took for us to get here. It's almost like we're sitting and looking at. Until it dawned on us, Alpha, waiting, what's Alpha? And then we now picked up the pace, and these guys, they've woken up. Let's begin to go and tap from. But because this is what we see now, there's no telling of what Afrobeat will become in the next 10, 5. I don't even want to imagine what it will become. So that's the fact that we didn't have to. We just came to the reality of the fact that let's embrace that no matter what happens, let's just keep going. And now these collaborations are now endless. Like it just keeps going, I've seen the one with Rema and Chris Brown, Davido and the likes in his album, Wizkid and some of my favorites, Wizkid. Well, let me know if so it's actually incredible. Fireboy, Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, I like that particular collaboration.
Yes, it is mind blowing. So. One of the collaborations.
One of the ones you like the most?
What the one I like the most?
Let me know the one you like the most.
So the very recent one I like is Rema and Chris Brown. There's something about that song that I forgot what the title is. So I heard the first time when I was driving somewhere. I'm like, yes. You know that feeling of, now we're talking. Like it just settled in, and I'm sure that's how every other average, well, not average, people that love music, that's how they will feel. I'm looking forward to one of my favorites. I want to see what a Wizkid and is it Justin Bieber and Wizkid do you have?
Justin Bieber and Wizkid. No, Justin is on Essence.
Oh, Justin is on Essence. Okay.
Justin's on Essence with Thames.
Yes, Thames.
I want to see Asha.
But Asha will win now because I'm actually proud of what Asha's sound now is. I'm actually, because I got a question. What do you think about her old sound and her new sound? She sounds fresh right now. So Asha and who now?
Okay. So let's leave Asha out. I want to still, know what collaboration you're actually looking for.
No, I'm actually a fan of Asha. I'm just trying to see who her pair with would be internationally. I want to see what they have to
Future and
sound
Burna Boy.
Yes.
Okay. What do you think about the collaboration between Tiwa Savage and Brandy?
I actually love that song. Brandy is one of my favorite all-time female singers.
Okay.
So I actually like that track, especially Brandy's verse. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. That Brandy or nothing. No worries. Go. No arguments.
So when we had the collaboration with Ed Sheeran and Fireboy on Peru remix, different people came out and started saying different things. Some people were saying he doesn't really sound like this. Some were saying they made it better and all those kind of things. And we still have Africans that are somewhat, they feel this when an international star collaborates with, one of our own. There's always this, why are people loving the song more especially when it's a remix, because the international style is on it and all of that. But I'll just say this, I think it's just interesting to see some of these things happen. It's innovative to see the way people are collaborating, and it's a really nice way, to make music even sweeter and to share the market.
There's always power in collaboration, for sure. There's always power in collaboration. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So one thing I like to see though is I like to see more sectors embrace this kind of originality that our music industry has done, and I want to see them blow up more. So we could talk about the movie industry, we could talk about many other industries, so that Nigerians will be popular not just for their music, or Africans will be popular not just for their music, but the world will continue to embrace other things that we have to offer. And that's the time that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I had a very good conversation with you on this segment.
Yes, I did too.
And I learned so much. It's the depth for me. Look into the future always in whatever you do.
My God.
At this point, we're going to go on a short break, but when we come back, it's going to be another segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, guys, this is the social media roundup segment. I'm still here with SMJ, and we've talked about a whole lot of things. But now we're going to talk about, some of the things that are trending, some of the topics that are trending in social media space as regarding music. And I'll tell you one, which had a lot to do with Ruga, had to do with Benson, Omale, and Victoni. You can see that the circle is very wide. But let me tell you what this was about. Now, Ruga made a post that he shared. And in his post, he talked about how he loves Buju, and he said Buju is good, but he sort of did a comparison where he said, Buju is not better than me. Everything I've done since the beginning was only Ruga. All my hits are just Ruga. I'm always proud going on stage around the world with my own hits and everyone is singing along. You see the difference? Now, Omale obviously wasn't happy to hear something like this, so Omale came at Ruga and basically said, Ruga, you know what? You're chasing clouts. How would you compare yourself with someone like Benson, aka, formerly known as Buju? And he said a lot of things, and then he eventually also came at Victoni, saying Victoni made a tweet the other time in response to my tweet, and he said LOL when I was talking about, the works that I'm doing and all of that. So you see that the circle is very long. Victoni immediately, later responded to that. But this is not new when it comes to singers. We see with, Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, fans sometimes are the ones that create these battles among singers, SMJ, SMJ, you have to say something about this. I see you trying to not say something, but there's comparison. And just like maybe any other, let's talk about sports, for example. When it comes to boxing, when it comes to other sports, tennis, people compete against each other. One wants to be better over the, one wants to be better than the other. And it's the same thing with music. In as much as it's, about you sharing your talents with the world, there's a lot of competition that comes in amongst artists. What do you have to say about this particular one?
Well, okay, so from my understanding of this, I think it will just be use of language. I think that is what it will be. Let me use sports, like you said, as an example. So people argue, Ronaldo, Messi is better than me. Sometimes they just have blind arguments, and I don't blame them. Some people, they're not learned, and that's fine. If I would summarize fairness to Ronaldo and Messi, I would say Messi is naturally gifted. Ronaldo is a hard worker. Are they both good? Yes. So Ronaldo might work hard to get what Messi would do effortlessly. Same thing goes for Davido and Wizkid. Wizkid is naturally gifted to singing. You always find Davido working hard. He's always in the studio. He's always trying to. So what you see Davido putting power to do, Wizkid might just do, effortlessly. And there is a proof. I don't want to say the proof so that people will not say, SMJ now said, so I think it's just use of language. It's okay to have self-confidence in your craft and everything, how you have released songs in your name, no feature, and then, but comparison is what you shouldn't now do.
Else, right?
Because Buju Oblensin might be called to, he has his fans. You have your own fans, except you're trying to do jack of all trade. So that is not a statement that you hear any of the big lads, except they just want, and social media can be very...
But that's still happening among them, right?
Well, it is. The funny thing is that the four of them might not be in one room, sitting together laughing.
Yeah, why
their fans will not carry the
matter on their head.
And social media gives you what they want you to know. You don't know the real story. Someone just pick one tweet and, all is just to keep the buzz, going. But I think it's okay to be self-confident. Comparison is what I don't